So I'm gonna do another iPhone 7 Plus small audio IC repair here. I don't know if this is the issue or not because the other one definitely had a crack in it, and this one I don't see a crack in it, But I've already replaced the big audio IC on the back, ran 4 jumpers. I think I did that 2 or 3 times already, and that did not solve any of the issues. Another issue that this had was that there was a things are lagging. The iOS is lagging, and let's see. Yeah, everything is just lagging, and at one point the Touch ID wasn't working. So, which leads me to believe that it's this audio IC here in addition, because this also handles 3D touch to a certain extent. I don't know exactly how, but anyways, I don't see a crack here as a problem, so I don't really understand what's going on with this. But I think I'm kind of like, I've had this for about a month and change already, so I don't really know what else to do with this thing, And I've replaced the Maggie. I replaced one of the small audio amps. I replaced the big audio IC about 3 times. That did not solve anything. So I think this is the next logical step, But yeah, I think so. This thing is underfilled, so I think most people. Oh shit! Damn, I hate that. Most people don't really like mucking with it unless they're certain this is the issue. But if you don't muck with it, you're not gonna find new problems, especially if you're lazy, which I am. I didn't actually figure this out. Somebody else figured it out. So you can just steal from other people. That's the best way to do it. I'm just kidding. I've spent my fair share of time doing discovering. Okay. So I'm just scraping away the underfill right now, and then this is actually not that hard to remove. When you're scraping away, just make sure that you don't scrape the logic board and expose the ground. Otherwise, you have to cover it all up and stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. I probably don't even need this penny and this capped on here because it's going to pop off pretty easily once it heats enough. That's what I did last time too, damn it. Once it heats enough, it should just pop right off, hopefully. Maybe it's easier without this damn copper here. Let's try this. Okay, there it goes. I don't know where it went, but it's in oblivion now. So last time I used the bent tip, I'm going to use the bent tip again. And I'm just going to push down on it. I'm not going to scrape because that destroys pads, so I'm just going to push down on it. Break up all this gunk. I'm actually going to take this off because it's not really helping. So just push down on it, break up all this black gunk, and then slowly start scraping without damaging pads. So I'm pushing down with pretty good force right now with a hot tip. So I'm just going to break it all down. Break it all down, son. Break it all down. Don't rip any pads. That is the goal. That is the goal, my friend. And then now, I guess I'll just scrape a little bit. But we're going to put another chip on here, so gotta be careful. Okay. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Still a little work to do. It's a little bit boring, but okay. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. Okay, now I think we can probably tin it. Yeah, I think we can tin it now. Okay, so let's wipe it one more time with some IPA. Should be pretty good. And then now let's get the knife tip out and see if we can tin this mother. Solder just a little bit. Careful of the ground panes because it's going to hold a lot of solder. At the same time, you definitely want to try to tin all the pads if you can. Maybe easier with the actual bent tip. Well, that's not really working that well. I might have to bring out the tweezers in a second here. What is this? It got too hot. Okay. It's not always fun in games. Come on, man. Okay. Okay. Good enough. Take this off right here. So I can solder a shield back on later. And then let's go get a donor one and see how it goes. Let's see. Alright. I have some chips on order, so should be a little simpler next time. I'm really curious to see if this will fix the problem or not, because I think this will be the last thing for me to try, really, because I don't really have any idea what it might be at this point. Yeah, hopefully that little crack in the corner is not going to cause any issues. Damn it. That would suck. Alright, now I gotta double check the damn crack, because it's definitely cracked it in the corner. Alright, let's see. So there's my crack in the corner. Let's see if it's like kind of damaged bottom here. Nope, looks pretty good. Okay, so I think we're good. Just get a little bit of flux on it. Get rid of the... Oh shit. Okay. Second. Looks pretty good, but let's get a little more flux on this mother. Okay. Okay. Reball. Get all these little fliggins off. Okay. Start the reball process. Let's see if I remember which one it was. Probably this one. I hope this fixes it, because I'm so done with this phone. So done with this phone, man. Stray ball. There it goes. Okay. Final touches. Get the piece of hair off. Man, it's one of those fucking days. Jesus. Come on, man. Get this off. It's probably not really going to make a big difference, but I don't want to plug in. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This doesn't fix it, then I think it's going to be game over with this phone, maybe. Close to it, at least. Okay, let's see. Make sure the... Well, I just want to confirm that it's top left here. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is, but I was not able to see it, so... I know if you turn this a certain way, you can get a good reading on it. Oh, good thing I checked, because it's actually this side. Alright, so we're in business now. All we need to do is heat this mother, and then we're in business. What's going on there? There it goes. Seems like something's underneath of it or something's weird. It's not really sitting right. Definitely something's wrong with this. This is not sitting right, man. It's not sitting right. I need to redo this. Something's not right with it. Maybe it was okay. Damn it. Alright, well, this is alright. I might just put it right back. Looks good to me. Let's put it right back. Should be fine. I think maybe this right here is a little bit too thick. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Damn it. That's why it's important to clean it up, man. Okay. Just wasn't really clean. That was the issue, my friend. Oh, it's painful. Alright, that should be good now. I'm not even confident this will fix it. It's the other issue. I am not confident, man. Just hopeful. Okay. Let's see if it works. Alright, I'm going over some old videos here. I created this one a while back. Just wanted to update this video on what I did to fix it. So basically, this iPhone 7 Plus was displaying symptoms of audio IC disease. Slow boot times, home button was working on the boot up, and then when it eventually booted up, audio recording was not great on it. Okay, so I ended up, and then the other thing was that I think the initial problem was that it had a short on VCC main, which was a weird thing. So I solved that by replacing or just removing one of the caps next to the PMIC. And then once I booted it up, audio problems. So I don't know what happened to this damn phone, but audio problems. In addition to the audio problems, there was also another problem. It was a very sluggish. The screen would freeze every once in a while. So basically, you would touch it and it would just freeze. It would just die, and then it would come back to life after a little while. You know, you would push the home button here, and it would just take a little while for it to boot up again, or for the screen to light up again. So I didn't. That was very odd. That's not very typical of audio IC, whatever, loop disease. So I was reluctant to replace the audio IC, you know, the big audio IC. So, you know, in the beginning of this video, I replaced the small audio IC, which did not fix the problem. So I was kind of at a loss, and I thought I had already replaced the big audio IC on this, but apparently I didn't. And so I ended up taking the chip off, and sure enough, C12. So let's see, C12 came right off, and then in addition, D12 actually. The pad for this was busted as well. So I think C12 was causing the audio problems, and D12 was the actual culprit for the sluggish, for the touch problems, the freezing screen and the touch problems. So I just wanted to update this video and say that I replaced the audio IC and ran a long jumper from D12 to this point right here, and it ran 4 other, so 5 jumpers total on this puppy, and then everything started working. After I plugged it back, actually there was another problem. After I plugged it all back in, VCC made, there was a short on VCC made again after I left charge overnight, and it just died again. I don't know what was causing it, but it was the cap. It was basically this cap right here. So the first time it was this cap, second time was this cap. So I don't know what's going on with these lines right here, but there's obviously a power surge somewhere. So this phone is back in business. Unfortunately, the person that owns this phone, I've been trying to contact them, and they, I guess, don't want it back, or don't want to pay for it anymore, or whatever. I don't know what it is, but you know, this is probably, I think I quoted them about $200 for this thing, for all these problems. But anyways, this problem has been solved, and if you have like a sluggish touch, freezing screen, or something like that, then you can maybe look at D12 as the culprit. Okay, I'm probably gonna try to test this theory at some point. I just don't have time right now. But I'm going to test a theory, meaning like in order to test it, what I'm going to do is just isolate D12 here. Basically just take the ball off of the chip and put it back on and see if we can replicate those symptoms of the slow touch. But I think that's what the issue was. So I'm done with this video. Thanks for watching. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching this channel, and I wanted to promote our online microsoldering course. We have it hosted at udemy.com, and it's, at this point, it's 4 hours of video instruction. The reviews are pretty good, and we talk about everything from the basics of an iPhone logic board, and then we have a section on ZXW tools. We have a little section about how to set up your hot air rework station, your microsoldering station, and how to use diode mode. The third part is the 3 most common repairs, which is no touch, no backlight, no charge. And the fourth part is all about data recovery. So if you go through our website, it's $100, and some people say that learning online is not the best way of doing things, or you can't learn microsoldering online. I beg to differ. I don't know about you guys, but I started watching YouTube videos when I first started about 3 years ago, and that's how I learned it. And not only that, but you know, you go to a live course. Some people like live courses, but not everybody has $3,000 to spend on a live course, right? So, and then yes, you're right. You can go to YouTube and watch all these videos, but you're not gonna, when people make these videos, they don't go from A to Z. They usually start from somewhere in the middle because they assume that you watched something earlier on, or one of their earlier videos. So this course is all encompassing. It has everything from A to Z to help you get started in microsoldering, and we are adding stuff on a weekly, maybe monthly basis, and we're just gonna keep adding to this thing. And so if you want to get started, just, I mean, you could also take a class, but you know, to get your feet wet, I think this is the best thing to do right here, and I vouch for it. Thanks for watching the video. I was also going to say, in order to buy it with a discount, $50 discount, just go to microsoldering.com, click on store, and then it's going to be the first item on here. You click on buy at Udemy, and they'll give you the $50 off. Thanks.